This little baby has a pair of chicken wings on his back. Mom cleaned his wounds, then she put him in his cot. To prevent Ricky from flying away, she had to cover him with another sheet, and then she put a clip on it to keep it securely in place, like a bird cage. My sister was a bit distressed by her brother. She suggested that Mom take him to the doctor, but she was worried that Ricky would be experimented on, and decisively refused. But within a few days, Ricky's wings grew a little more. Mom got a ruler and measured it. In just a week's time, it had grown by 8 centimeters. Mom tried to fix the wings with tape, but it didn't work. The wings are small. They were very strong. Then Mom made Ricky a suit. Ricky immediately fluttered his wings and played happily. As each day went by, Ricky's wings got bigger and bigger, and he started to grow feathers. To learn more about the structure of the wings, Mom went to the supermarket to study the turkey's wings, but nothing was found. In order to prevent Ricky from getting hurt when flying, Mom made Ricky a protective outfit out of foam. She also bought a small helmet for Ricky to wear. Ricky fluttered his wings a little, and then he actually flew. My mom and sister were so happy to watch. Ricky kept flying in the direction of the light. Mom rushed to ask her daughter to turn off the lights, but Ricky seemed to like the light. He flew straight to the window. Luckily, he was protected by his protective gear. Ricky only lost one feather. She gave him a little medicine, and he was fine. The next day, Mom took her daughter and Ricky to the supermarket to buy something together. She accidentally lost Ricky. She looked up and saw Ricky was flying in the supermarket. A baby flies around the supermarket. The audience below was mesmerized. They immediately grabbed their mobile phones and took pictures. This old man is quite funny. The mother below is pushing her shopping cart and is in hot pursuit. If Ricky hits the lamp, he'll be in trouble. Not long after that, a group of policemen arrived at the scene. They set up a man ladder and climbed up, but Ricky was so agile, there was no way to catch him. Mom then reminded the police to turn off all the lights. They should be able to catch him, and so they did. One by one, the lights went out. Ricky chased them one by one. When they were all out, Ricky then sets his sights on the counter below. A policeman took advantage of Ricky's lack of attention. He grabbed him as soon as he could. In an instant, millions of people surrounded Ricky. At the hospital, Ricky was fine, but the doctor told his mother Ricky could be the original human mutant. She was advised to stay in the hospital for experiments, but Mom refused on the spot. She took Ricky and went straight home, but to her surprise, there were already a lot of reporters in front of the hospital. Even the neighbors had gathered outside the house to see what was going on. Even when they got home, all the news about Ricky was on the TV. There were even neighbors complaining. By the next day, the reporters downstairs hadn't even left, and that's when a man walked in. He was Ricky's father, Jack. He and his mother Mary were both workers at the chemical plant, but since overnight, Mary had Ricky. Jack has suddenly disappeared. He's back this time. Must have seen the news, and seeing his son actually fly, Jack was overjoyed. But then, Jack revealed his true purpose. Because Jack and Mary were both workers, there's not much money in the family, so why not use Ricky to make some quick cash? Mary only hesitated for a moment before agreeing. So early the next morning, Jack contacted a lot of reporters. Under the flashing lights of the reporters, Jack tied a rope around Ricky's feet, and then he sent Ricky flying into the sky. Watch out for. This woman paid 50 cents, bought a cute baby with wings. The next day she tied the baby up and flew it up into the sky as a kite. The journalists below were amazed. Ricky was delighted and flew higher and higher. But just then an accident happened. Mom accidentally let go of the string in her hand. Ricky was untethered. He flew off into the distance. Everyone rushed after him. They chased him to a small lake. Ricky performed a dragonfly dive. He flew higher and higher, farther and farther away. Then he disappeared into thin air. Without news, the reporters retreated, leaving the family of 3 standing sadly in the same place. And all through the night, Ricky didn't fly back. Early the next morning, the family started posting notices on the streets, but it was a needle in a haystack. At dinner, the family was even more distressed. Then suddenly there was a bird call outside the window. Mom thought Ricky had come back. She ran over to take a look, only to find a flock of seagulls. As the days went by, Mom couldn't accept Ricky's absence, so she went back to the little lake, took off her shoes, and slowly stepped into the lake. Suddenly there was the sound of flapping wings. She looked up and saw Ricky had flown back on his own. Ricky had grown so much. His wings were 8 meters long. He smiled like an angel. Afterwards, Mom returned to the shore. She kept apologizing to Ricky. She hoped Ricky wouldn't leave her again, but Ricky didn't seem to have any intention of staying. He waved his wings and went back into the air again, and then he left his mother once and for all. Maybe the big sky is where Ricky really belongs.